Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everybody. It's Preacher Miles from the SOS Shout Out Show. Please forgive me. I don't know what happened. I had some technical errors. Sister Sultana, if you're able to log on, that'd be great. Anybody else that's on, I asked people to switch over from YouTube. I was having some problems with Facebook. Our title today, fortunately, I had it up and ready to go on More Better Mondays. Of course, it's simply this. More Better Monday. Stop talking if you have nothing to say. That's all I'm saying today. Stop talking if you have nothing to say. Now, why am I bringing this up, brothers and sisters? I'm going to tell you why. Let me give a shout out. Sister Sultana, yes. I figured it out. I was going to call you, but I wanted to get the broadcast up and going. Sister Rabina, thank you for coming over. Sister Reed, she was on the other broadcast, but I hope she can come over as well. But here's the deal. I've been watching a lot of television, probably more than I should. But normally around this time, the election period, I really start listening to what people have to say. And I don't mean just the candidates. I mean the people that advocate for the candidates. I mean the people who are, I want to say, lockstep in terms of the senators and all the down ballot stuff. And one of the things that's really, really been bugging me, if you will, the thing that's been on me is we have a lot of people who are, for lack of a better word, not speaking to the issues. And more importantly, man, they're just being downright dishonest. Downright dishonest. What was one of the leads on the CNN website today? 66 direct misleading statements from the president. 66 misleading statements from the president. And I'm like, at what point in time do we still continue to give this person credibility? And more importantly, you keep giving them a platform. We keep giving the guy a platform. Like, remember the saying, the old saying, brothers and sisters, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you. Where is that? Where is that? And I'm going to go to something my grandmother told me a long time ago. It's in the title, brothers and sisters, for More Better Mondays, which is this. Stop talking if you have nothing to say. Let me say it again. Stop talking if you have nothing to say. Politicians, stop talking if you have nothing to say. And why do I say that? Because the evidence is out there. You cannot run away from your record. You cannot run away from the things you say. You cannot run away from the things you've done. Injustices, crime. Why is it, answer me this question. Why is it that these people keep continuing to get platforms? Someone got mad at me yesterday because they kept asking me about poll watching. Oh, you would be poll watching? What about poll watching? And I said, I've never poll watched before. He said, you're going to have to get out there and poll watch. And I said, well, I do my kind of different poll watching. He said, what kind of poll watching do you do? I said, white people poll watching. Now leave me alone. White people poll watching. That's what kind of, I do it every day. And someone said, oh, white people aren't bad. I said, no, I didn't say that. I said, I'm looking for the ones who are, because those are the ones who do the most damage. Reed, thanks for coming on the show. Apologies. I'm having problems with my platform. For some reason, it just went off and didn't even tell me. But let me get to the point now. We are X amount of weeks away from an election. We just started. We just started, for some folks, getting this idea that, hey, there's an election going on. Hey, there are issues. Hey, and the killer part is, for lack of a better word, someone's going to lose, and if they lose, they're going to lose badly. Whereby if someone else loses, it's probably going to be some kind of mass cheating. But someone is going to lose. And in that space, the people that roll with that person are going to lose too. Every lie you upheld, every time you push somebody down, every law you put out there, it becomes a moot point. It becomes, for lack of a better word, a question. A question and a very, very clear answer on what? Your character. There's a word that's out there. What's this? Circumlocution. I always say it. Basically, it's the idea that people use a whole lot of words, brothers and sisters, they use a whole lot of words when they should have used a few words. And they do it, to be vague. They do it to be misleading. Let me give Sister Sharon a shout out. Sister Ike all the way from Indonesia. Sister Sharon, thank you for coming. But let me throw this out here. That word is an amazing word. Circumambulation. I forget the word. I'll find it. But the definition of it, that people engage in words. Let me say this. Engage in words, for lack of a better word, for lack of a better understanding, they engage in words with a lot of words, where the situation only required a few words. Now, I'll take that from a Quranic perspective, a Quranic perspective, that sometimes people use a lot of words because in a lot of words, they can mislead you. In a lot of words, they can change the perspective. In a lot of words, they can mystify the people around you. And it has nothing to do with the matter at hand. It is being able or putting yourself in a position to frame an identity, to frame a potential environment whereby people can take advantage. My mama told me something a long time ago. And I know I'm not alone. Let me give my sister a shout out. But everybody on here, Sister Rabina, all the way from the UK, thank you now. She's on the pajama patrol, people. She's up at 11 trying to hang in there. You better person than me. I couldn't do it. But tell the truth. I talked about this. Remember when you really, really screwed up when you were a kid, maybe 7, 8 years old? Remember that? And I said, your mother was looking at you and you kept talking, thinking you were going to make it better, thinking you were going to make the situation better. You were wrong, but in your mind, like, if I keep talking, I'm going to make it better. And I said, you kept talking, your mother said nothing. Now, you guys remember I said, while mom was quiet, you didn't know that she was having a conversation with God and God was pleading with her to not kill you. We have people don't even believe in God, having conversations, believing that if I keep talking, it's going to get better. I'm not working. I'm not engaging. I'm not asking questions of the people around me, my constituents. I'm not asking for advice. I'm just going to keep talking and the thing is going to get better. Let me give you a metaphor. How many of you ever come up short? You're in line, you're getting ready to buy something. The item is $11. You reach in your pocket, you got 10. Now, most people go, I got $10, I got to take something out of the basket. But there are those people who will hold the line up, recounting the money. It said 10, they'll turn it over, count it again to see if it still says 10. Put it in the pocket, pull it out, count it again, it's still 10. Get out of line or get something out of the basket. But we have people on a government level, on an executive level, that keep doing what? Trying to tell you that it's $12. They only got 10. Really only got 9. They probably borrowed $1 just to get the 9, so they only got 8. So let me put this out here. Put it out here. That's right. Many words are used purposely to create confusion. I'm gonna get Sister Naima a shot. All the while mom is playing. That's right. Sister Naima, you are correct. The worst butt whooping I ever got came when my mom had the longest silence. I kept talking. I was interrupting God, who was intervening on my life. And you got an extra butt whooping. You know why? Because your mother's going to go, you must think I'm some kind of fool. That's a disclaimer for a serious butt whooping. Oh, you think I'm stupid. And don't give her, I think you stupid look like. Well, no, you're going to get killed. So all I'm saying, brothers and sisters, what is this? What is this that creates this environment where people continually talk? They got nothing to say. As long as I have the shout out show, brothers and sisters, I'm going to tell y'all something. If I ain't got nothing to say, I'll just tell you, I ain't got nothing to say. The show might take another format. Heck, I might not even do the show if I literally have nothing to say. And I would do that out of respect for folk because I don't want to lie to you and I don't want to disabuse you or disrespect your time. And when I say time, it's more than time, people. It's a trust. When I say, there you go. I keep forgetting, Altaf, thank you, brother. It's a ball drop. Circumlocution. That is the word. Thank you for the save, Altaf. See how good this show is? I could have sat here and been really tied up in my mind trying to get that word. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to use it on Scrabble or something. I don't know why. But thank you, Altaf, all the way from Toronto. That word, let me put it back up. That word has become the framework for the last 2 to 3 years of this administration, where they do nothing except for themselves. They lie, they're distrustful, and in the space of knowing that you're going to be found out, they gaslight you and say, I'm not the criminal, you're the criminal. I'm not the racist, you're the racist. I'm poorer than you are. It is an abomination. I like the Quran and I like the Bible. Let me tell you why. The Quran and Bible don't waste words. There is no circumlocution, if you will. It's very direct. In a directness that I can respect, and I saw it in my parents. My mother said, what happened here? She's giving you a chance to justify. Or she was giving me a chance to justify as a young man, as a child, and it was an act of integrity. It was an act of character. And she would sit back and go, tell me what happened. And I go through this long thing that ended with, this is what I did. Well, why do we do that now? Why is it this long discussion? There is circumlocution in our political system where we get long and widening answers, but in the end, we knew what the truth was. Why are we being framed for the last 5, 6 years? Really, I want to say the last 4.5 years. Why are we being put in a point where we're framed to have to wait for the truth when the truth is right in front of us? That is the one thing that we count on. The truth, good, bad, or in between. I count on the truth. I believe that you're going to tell me the truth. This word, circumlocution, that's why, brothers and sisters, we're going to have 220,000 people dead here in the United States. And I make no jokes about this. 220,000 people dead in the United States. Dead because of circumlocution. Because someone said, instead of saying this is dangerous, what did they say? It'll go away. Don't believe the scientists, right? Don't believe the scientists. Don't do this. Don't do that. Yeah, there's a comedian named T.K. Kirkland, and you can take him for what he's worth. He has a saying for people like that. You ready what that saying is? Who raised you? Donald Trump, who raised you? Mike Pence, who raised you? Bill Barr, who raised you? Proud Boys, who raised you? I can keep going on, brothers and sisters. Who raised you? I know who raised me, Mary Moss, Clifford Moss. I don't have the problems that you do. When people get out of order, brothers and sisters, ask them. Don't even be polite. Yell at them. Who raised you? Hashtag TK Kirkland. Because that's not mine. That's TK's joint. I'll put up some comments here. Sister Naam is just going deep on a More Better Monday. What is it? Remember? Your mom asked you twice? Twice! You know why she's looking at you crazy? When you tell a lie the second time? Huh? She's hoping that you're going to be truthful, hoping that she's going to be truthful. And you know what? When she's whooping that behind, you know what she wants to say? Who raised you? That's what she wants to say. Let me give a shout out, Sister Rabina. Always long-winded discussions are taking place in order to veil the truth and keep people distracted from the backdoor politics that are currently taking place. It's the ultimate okie doke. What did Malcolm said? Oh, you've been had. You've been took. You've been flim-flam. You've been led astray. You've been bamboozled. That's what this is, brothers and sisters. And now you have it at the highest level of government, the highest level, the highest office in the land is engaging in childlike behavior. They can't tell us the truth. And it's a worry now. I'm going to say this. It's a worry to me, and it's a very large concern because now I'm wondering one or two things. One, you can't tell the truth. Or two, which is more worrisome, you don't know what the truth looks like. You don't know what the truth looks like. Meaning, the angel Gabriel came and laid the truth in front of you and said, this is the truth. You go, no, it ain't. We are in a space now whereby politics does not matter anymore, brothers and sisters. Politics doesn't matter. Politics is so dirty now. Politics is so dishonest, lacking integrity and culture now. And I said culture. I didn't just say character. Culture. Because politics is supposed to give you a particular type of culture. Just like we talked about Black Lives Matter. Just we talked about, and I haven't forgot about Black Lives Matter. Who, brothers and sisters, has been oddly quiet during this election period? The more and more we get to the election date, I'm not hearing anything. I'm not hearing the protests. I'm not hearing agendas. You know why? There's not one. Who raised you? Black Lives Matter. That's what I'm going to say. Shout out to TK Kirkland. You know why? Because I told you, brothers and sisters, as brothers and sisters told me, he said, wait a minute. This does not represent who we are as folks, as people, as a position, as a movement, as a historical presence. This is not who we are. And if you read on the Black Lives Matter, that long manifesto, in the end, it told you we ain't really about Black Lives Matter like that. We ain't about black men, not about black families. We ain't not about really black children. We're about black transsexuals and things like that. But they told you. And I don't want to say it was you had to read the manifest, brothers and sisters. You had to go back all the way to the death of Trayvon Martin and the verdict, the non-guilty verdict, because that's where they started. What is that, 2012? All the way up to now, they have not told you the truth. So I'm calling people out. I'm calling people out. And I need to, and you need to. You need to be like TK Kirk and yelling in people's ear, who raised you? Because I'm here to tell you, the world, whether Trump wins, whether Biden wins, it is not going to be the same. It will not be the same. The trick bag has been opened and everybody's doing everything they can. This election will be won by who has the most money to spend on ads. Who has the most money to spend to get people to the polls? Joe Biden, I don't know Joe Biden, but Joe, you take too long to talk to me. If it's about packing the court, say it's packing the court. That's what we're going to do. I respect that. I don't have that problem. You know, don't be like everybody else. You're trying to game the system. They're trying to game the system. I'm going to tell y'all something else, folks. Let me give a shout out to Sis Sultana. Yeah. Donald Trump does not represent the Republican Party. You are correct, Sultana. But here's the deal. The Republican Party going down in this rabbit hole with Donald Trump over the last 4 years, they don't know who they are now. Predictably, The closer they get to the election, all of a sudden they're going to find it's the Republican white version of I'm woke now. Do you know how crazy that party is? Do you have Trump supporters doing crowd surfing? I saw a picture of a black man being crowd surfed around a Trump rally. I mean, this thing is I can't frame it, because this is the stuff, as a comedian, if I told you that this would happen 5 years ago, you wouldn't laugh. You know why? Because you would say he is 100% lying. If the best comedian I knew told me several years ago that this is where we would be today, he wouldn't be the best. People would look and go, you crazy. You kind of funny, but you better kind of figure out how to make it funny. It's not funny anymore. You don't have to make it funny anymore. Every time you turn on the television, brothers and sisters, this is what we see. And more and more and more, it gets problematic. It's happening in our religious or communities, if you will. We don't get questions like we used to. Like, you can't get a question answered. All I'm saying is, why can't we get a simple answer? A simple answer. We have people now who are saying, you know what? And let me say this, brothers and sisters, before we go. Because someone said something to me about, LGBTQ. I was like, look, I'm not fighting these brothers and sisters. All I'm saying is, I am aware that's your belief. But also, I'm aware that's your belief. I believe something different. And if I respect that you believe something different, then you need to respect that I believe something different. You can't disrespect me because I don't accept what you believe, because I don't expect for you to accept what I believe. I'm good. Why can't you be good? So let me throw this up here. There's a movie contract currently being negotiated and signed for the rights, like the co-founder. Yeah. Got a woman up there with a Muslim name too. Yeah, but see, that's how they get you. Sister Rabina, this is how they get you. Okay, this is how they get you. It's quiet now. Somebody gonna make a movie. You know why? Because if I buy your story, you can't do your story. It's a sellout. This is the Black Lives Matter sellout, because no one else is going to be able to profit off of Black Lives Matter. In fact, I will predict that once they get the movie rights, they're going to send out a manifesto saying nobody else can use the name Black Lives Matter because they don't have the copyright. Okay. So I guess I got to wrap up. Okay, good. So, Tana, I wasn't the only one. They had a black man crowd surfing at a Trump rally with no mask. I'm like, that Negro is a coffin. They ain't passing the black. That's a coffin. You are an oak coffin. All they need to do is put some handles on that Negro and take him where he's supposed to go. I'm like, ain't nobody telling him. He didn't look around for Herman Cain. Hey, I thought Herman was going to be here. Where is Herman Cain? I thought Herman's dead. He was there without a mask too. And not to make fun of Herman Cain, I will not do that. But man, why would you go there with all these people with no mask and you are a cancer survivor? You in the bonus round. And people, I'm just saying, I probably would have been like, well, where Herman at? Herman is no longer with us, brothers and sisters. He was here, now he's not. Herman just like me. If he was here, he'd be just like me, poll watching. What kind of poll watching? White people poll watching. That's it. White people watching. Remember that. White people watching. And that's what I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna make sure this is very, very clear. And while I did bring up Herman Cain, make dua for his family. And I'm gonna tell you why. I made dua for his family, and I was really, really upset because I never heard anything from the Trump campaign. They really didn't mention this guy who ran as a Republican candidate for the presidency of the United States. Actually, at one point in time, had a lead, had a platform, brothers and sisters, unlike this dude. And he's gone. I'm like, this guy believed in you. He believed in this Republican dream, and I respect that. But they didn't even acknowledge the guy. Not once. So, make the war for his family. So, here's a little something about Black Lives Matter negotiating a contract with Warner Brothers. Yeah, because it's going to be archived. They got all kind of movies. You ever notice, like with black folks, they always have a lot of movies, like period movies, about when we had our movements. Like how many movies have you had about civil rights, the Panthers, Malcolm X? You notice in America they don't have any more of those. They can't do it anymore. Did I say something wrong, sister? I'm saying. Okay, I'm sorry, Sister Aim. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm gonna be a good guy. I'm gonna wrap up because we have a lot of stuff to do. So today, to celebrate, not celebrate, but I want to make sure I'm on point. So instead of closing out with the usual outro, we're gonna do an ad, and I hope y'all take this to the polls, inshallah. Listen, my name's Preacher Moss. I am the host of the Shout Out Show to SOS. Tell your friends, tell your enemies. Please, if you can, tell your friends to subscribe. We fund this ourselves. So please subscribe. And if you like what you like, hit the button, hit the like button. Other than that, listen, you guys have been great. Forgive me if I was out of line. You know how I am. It is what it is. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Until that time, God bless. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
They won't stop. Vote the ticket unless we stop. Go down the ballot. They play the top against the middle, against the bottom. Go down the ballot. The whole ticket. Vote the ticket. Straight down the ballot. Go down the ballot. From the Appalachian Mountains to the valley out in Cali. Vote the ticket. Go down the ballot. The whole ticket. Vote the ticket. Vote the ticket. Go down the ballot. The entire ticket. Vote.
Yo, look, I know I said I was going to leave, but here, I forgot this announcement. We got a special guest tomorrow on Tuesday from KRLA, the executive director, Hussam Aylouch, will be on the show tomorrow. We're hoping everybody's going to come out, make him feel welcome. He's going to talk about some of the great things he's doing with KRLA, CARE all around the country. For those that don't know about CARE, CARE is the Council of American Islamic Relations, doing great work for over a number of years, for about the last 15, 16 years. Combating Islamophobia, but also fighting for justice for everybody. So I'm glad. Thank you, Satana, for hitting me up and that reminded me. But come tomorrow, we're gonna take our normally Saturday spotlight, if you will, and we're going to put it on Tuesday because we have to accommodate his schedule a little bit. And crime fighters aren't always used. People when they fight for justice, you can't really lock them down. But we're gonna have it. I hope you'll be there, and I'll talk to you soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.